All right, loves, we are right here at the top of the hour, so I'm going to give the official warm welcome. You guys, welcome, welcome, welcome to the Facebook Reset for Hairstylists. I am so excited to be here with you today. This quickly became one of my favorite master classes to teach. This is one of the only classes that I teach to the public that was created on demand. There was this huge outcry from all of my community saying, Britt, can you teach us about Facebook? We want to learn how to do Facebook marketing. There aren't enough free resources out there specifically for stylists. What can you do for us? And I said, heck yes, Facebook is my favorite business building resource. So to be able to bring you guys lots of knowledge on it is so, so exciting for me. So I always like to start by getting the party started. Can you guys type into the chat? Just let me know where you're hailing in from today. We have a huge audience here today. The popularity of this class has exploded since I first started offering it in early 2017. We got a full house, and I want to know where you're from. I'm hailing in from beautiful California today. I live in the San Francisco Bay Area and could not feel more blessed to do so. We've got New Jersey in the house, Oceanside's here, Nebraska's here, Santa Rosa's here. You're right in my neck of the woods. New York City, Fort Lauderdale, Boise, Austin, Michigan, Orlando, Livermore, CA. That's another one of my neighbors. Awesome to have you here. Lincoln's here. Ottawa, New Zealand's in the house. What the heck time is it in New Zealand right now? So, so welcoming to have you. Sacramento's here. New Orleans here. Manhattan, Illinois. I'm not even going to get to you all. You guys, this is amazing. So, so excited to have you here. Let's go ahead and dive in and get started. I want to try and stick to my hour-long agenda if possible. If you've come to my classes before, you know I don't fill my class with a bunch of fluff. It's all very strategic business building tips, and that being said, this is no exception, and I've packed it with tons of great information, and I want to get to as much as we possibly can today. Before we get started, I encourage you to find a quiet space with no distractions and let's just focus. It's very rare that we give ourselves an hour. We take an hour out of our day just to work on business growth and development. Have you ever heard me say your business is never going to grow until you stop working in it and start working on it? So many of us spend countless hours behind the chair or running the business, doing the accounting, picking up the color order. All that kind of stuff is great because it keeps the machine chugging along, but it doesn't do anything to propel you forward. So I know most of you are watching this class, folding laundry, got kids in the background, maybe you're in the lab listening to this. Please give yourself an hour of dedicated time. Close Instagram, close Facebook. Just be here present with me. You're going to want to watch this slide deck. I encourage you to get a pen and paper and be ready to take some notes. If you haven't figured it out yet, I famously talk very quickly. Try as I may, I've been trying for years to slow it down. I can't. I'm excited. My brain goes really quick. Can't help myself. You're going to want to take some notes. Like I said, this is not a fluff class. There's going to be a lot of strategy. You can take screenshots of anything I show. I don't send out my deck later. So you're going to be here and get while you can live, and that's going to be the end of it. So make sure you take as many notes as you possibly can. Be completely open-minded and ready to step outside of your comfort zone. For some of you, I think that you're new to my audience, which welcome. I'm so excited to have you. The reason I've been coaching for as long as I have and the reason I've become so successful in doing it is that I don't coach to the normal. I don't coach to the standard. You won't see me at a lot of hair shows, which I love hair shows. I think they're amazing. I wish I could get to more of them, but I spend my time educating myself in different ways. I run in a little bit of different circles, and I'm always trying to learn the latest and greatest in social media and marketing and what big companies, small companies, local businesses are doing to market themselves today. So because I educate myself very differently and my life experience is very different, the way I educate is very different. And different is working. So even if I share a strategy where you're like, ooh, that's different than I've heard before, or I don't know about that one, everything I share with you is tried, tested, and true. Trust me on this. Nothing is going to change in your business until you start to make some big changes. So be open-minded, ready to make some big changes, and let's do this. You're in the right place if you've tried using Facebook before to grow your business as a hairstylist and were left feeling completely underwhelmed or frustrated by the results of your efforts. You want to enjoy the freedom a steady stream of social media referrals provides, but you aren't sure what content will get you there. You'd love to have a strategic system that allows you to know exactly what to post without becoming a victim of social media overwhelm. If any of those three sound like you, or if all three of those sound like you have so come to the right place. Like I mentioned before, I know a lot of you are new to my following, and if you are, welcome. I am so, so excited to meet you. If you've been hanging with me for a while, you're going to hear my story just one more time. I promise to keep it short and sweet. My name is Britt Siva, and I am a social media and marketing strategist just for beauty professionals. So I only work with salon owners, stylists, estheticians, tanning pros, you name it. That's my jam, and that's where I hang out. I was so not the typical girl anybody thought was going to get into this industry at all. I have two younger sisters. I wasn't caught up in doing their hair. I wasn't big on into hair and makeup in high school. It just wasn't my thing. I chose a very traditional path out of high school. I went to community college with plans to go to a 4-year university, and I needed a job to support myself. So very fortunately, I was hired on at the Ritz-Carlton in Half Moon Bay. I grew up in Half Moon Bay, California, super small beach community, and a new, beautiful 5-star resort opened up just as I was graduating high school. I was hired on there as a main dining room hostess when I was 17, and I was promoted to the position of catering sales coordinator by the time I was 19. I was recruited to the sales and marketing department. And here I was, this teenager, selling weddings to a 6-figure clientele. It was such a dream opportunity. I met some incredible people. The life experience I gained, I can't even put a number to it. It's been so phenomenal for me. It was such a brilliant opportunity. I'm so thankful to have had it. It turns out I was really great in the position. I was named 5-star employee of the year when I was 20 years old. At the time, I was the youngest person in the history of the company to have been awarded the honor. It was this huge deal. And everybody really thought that my career path was cut out for me. I was starting to look into taking business classes in college and thought that was the direction I was going to go in. And I had this epiphany one night driving home about 6 months after I won the award. And I thought, this just isn't for me. I want to have a career where I get to make my own hours, where I'm essentially my own boss, and where the work I do is in direct correlation with the money in my bank account. Meaning, if I choose to work my butt off and put in all the extra hours and the overtime and do things that others aren't willing to do, that I will be handsomely rewarded for that. Plus, I wanted to make my own schedule. I already had a 2-year-old daughter at home, an amazing boyfriend who's now my husband, and I wanted lots of family time. So I said, okay, what career can I pick that gives me full freedom and flexibility and I can make a ton of cash? And I said, I think I'm going to become a hairstylist. That was my story. And it was totally on a whim. Everybody definitely thought I was insane, but I did it anyway. I followed my heart. I enrolled at a local community college beauty school program that was awesome. I graduated in 2007. I was the Cosmetology Club secretary. Once I was in there, I really went all in. I fell head over heels in love. I am still licensed in the state of California today. As soon as I got my license, I started assisting at a commission salon. I was very well aware of the fact that I wasn't equipped with the skills I needed to rent. I was still super green, and I went through an incredible year-long associate program. I was trained in cutting and color, and I had an incredible experience being mentored by 11 amazing stylists. I was given the opportunity to earn my chair and start building my clientele in 2008. Who was living in the United States as an adult in 2008? If you were, you remember what happened. It was when the most recent U.S. economic recession hit. I actually got my chair in August of 2008. It was like doomsday. It was like the worst possible timing. And I watched my coworkers and peers quit. I watched other assistants who would come on board with me go back to bartending, go back to waitressing, go back to school. Definitely didn't stay in the salon. And I was at this crossroads. I was like, well, maybe I just made the worst decision of my life. Maybe this career path was not cut out for me. I had watched our salon go from booming $100 bills flashing everywhere to tumbleweeds. I was in the Silicon Valley, and we had clients who lost their homes, lost their jobs, were losing their lives, and definitely weren't wanting to spend $500 on highlights anymore. So the industry really took a turn. And I said, well, I can bail out of here, go back to weddings and special events. I knew I was certainly good at it. It wouldn't have been a problem. But I said, no. I decided to do this because there is a specific life that I want to be living, and I'm not going to make any excuses. The economy is what it is. People still need to get their hair done. I'm going to work this out. And I did. And I got really freaking weird, and I started marketing myself and putting myself out there in ways that people literally made fun of me for. Everybody thought I was crazy. People thought I was wasting my time. You have to remember, this was 2008. So this is pre-Facebook, pre-Instagram, pre-websites for a lot of businesses even. So I had to get really nitty gritty. And guess what? It worked. And I got the last laugh. So in 2009, I had built an entire clientele for myself. I was also promoted to the position of new employee trainer, and I was assistant manager of the salon. I was doing all of the retail ordering, the inventory for the color, and the salon owner pulled me aside and said, listen, Britt, It's pretty obvious where your natural skill set lies. Would you consider stepping away from your clientele and joining us in a full-time salon director role? And I gave it 24 hours and said, heck yes. I took the leap of faith, and I spent the next several years working as a salon director for my incredible 7-figure salon team. I worked with the most amazing people our industry has ever seen. I feel so lucky to call them like my team and my salon family. I was the director of a team of anywhere from 20 to 30 people at any given time. I was mostly in charge of marketing, business development, overall manage of the salon business. And in the time that I was working as a salon director, other salon owners in the area started noticing that I did things very differently. I didn't run the team the same way everybody else did. The way we retained our stylists was very different than what other people were doing. The way we were marketing was very innovative. And they started asking the owner of my salon if they could get little Brit time. Can we consult with her? Can we pick her brain? And he very graciously allowed me that opportunity. It has been an incredible roller coaster from there. That was the spark that lit the flame that has become my coaching career. It's not something I sought out. It happened very organically. And I am so proud and honored to now be a full-time social media and marketing strategist just for beauty professionals. I've been coaching since 2012. I did leave my salon team in 2016 and have been just coaching full-time ever since. I feel so blessed and honored to be here with you today, and I'm so excited to get to know you and to support you in your journey. Today, we are talking all about Facebook, and I decided today's class is going to be about the 8 big Facebook misconceptions that are totally holding you back. We're also going to go over why Facebook is the #1 tool for growing small business today, the new Facebook algorithm, what to post, gaining more followers who will actually become clients, Facebook video strategy, understanding Facebook ads versus organic traffic, the real reason why you aren't already seeing 5 to 15 new guests a month from Facebook marketing. Sounds good? Sounds good to me too. We also have a little treat for you. If you stay until the very, very end of class today, I will share a link that will allow you to download a PDF workbook. It's called the Facebook Page Builders Jumpstart Checklist. So you're going to be on a Facebook mega high when you finish class today, and you're going to be ready to go all in on the platform. And this is going to keep you in check. Just make sure you don't cut too many corners and get you started on the right track as you go to build your page. I'm not going to email this out later. You can't say, oops, I had to leave early or whatever. If you leave early, that's totally fine, but you don't get the PDF. So if you want the PDF workbook, make sure you stay until the very, very end. I will share the link. So let's dive into class and go into misconception number 1. Facebook has become a pay-to-play platform, and most people aren't even using it anymore. Have you guys heard that? Does that sound familiar to anybody? I've definitely heard that before. So let's take a look at social media overall. And I wanted to look at kind of the big dogs. I chose the 6 big social media platforms that I think most of us are familiar with today. You probably have most of these or all of these on your phone right now. So let's first take a look at Snapchat. Snapchat has 191 million daily active users. Then we have Pinterest. Pinterest has 200 million daily active users. Then we have Twitter, 336 million daily active users. Then we have Instagram, which I know for a lot of us has been like the go-to, right? Like we love Instagram. I love Instagram. 500 million daily active users. None of those can come even close to Facebook Messenger with 1.2 billion daily active users. And I know a lot of people would say, like, well, Messenger is not really social media. Are you crazy? Have you been living under a rock? First of all, the definition of social media is an online social interaction between 2 or more users. So Facebook Messenger definitely falls into that category. But I have to tell you, in the last several months, maybe a year, Facebook Messenger has become a crucial part of my business and marketing strategy. I owe a lot of new business to Facebook Messenger, and especially if you're a stylist or a salon owner, oh my gosh, if you're not figuring out how to use Messenger marketing, you are missing out on a huge opportunity. And the fact that Facebook Messenger has more daily users than a platform like Instagram, oh my gosh, that carries so much weight. Then we look at Facebook. Overall, the old school, the old dog, traditional social media app, Facebook, over 2 billion daily active users. Facebook is still king. It's still the fastest growing social media platform. So the fact that people say, oh, it's dying off, people are jumping off, they're not. Facebook stock is on the rise. The business is growing and expanding. It's just not true. Why do I show you this statistic? Because you can choose any of these platforms to grow your business on. If somebody said, Britt, can I use Snapchat to build my business as a stylist? Absolutely. Of course you can. What about Pinterest? I know some people use Pinterest. Of course you can. Instagram? Heck yes. We all know some people have built amazing businesses on the back of Instagram. But I know your time and your resources are limited. So if we are going to choose the platform where we're going to get the biggest bang for our buck, the most eyeballs logging in daily, Facebook wins every single time. It's just the smart marketing decision. Facebook is also the only social media platform that has prioritized advanced features to support local small business. Now, I know on Snapchat you can grow your business, Pinterest you can grow business, Instagram has some features for small business, but none of them are even close to what Facebook has offered. Facebook offers the ability to showcase reviews. Do you guys know this? 88% of consumers trust an online review source as much as a referral from a personal friend. So let me just put that into like normal human terms. That means that 90% of your potential new clients, people who have never met you before but are going to consider you in the next year, 5 years, 10 years, trust the online words of strangers as much as or more than a referral from their mom, a referral from their sister, a referral from their friend. We want to see that somebody has social clout online by reading tons of reviews. I do. When I look up a new auto mechanic, a new spa to go to, a new hair salon, I want to see lots of great reviews. You probably do as a consumer too. Facebook is the only social media platform other than Yelp that hosts online reviews. This is crucial. Number 2, Facebook helps to improve your professional image. Over 60% of consumers research a small business on social media before scheduling an appointment or considering a purchase. So I know a lot of us think like, well, they do their online research, but maybe they just look at their website. Over half of today's consumers don't just stop at the website, which, listen, if you don't have a website and you're just relying on social media, that's a problem too. We can't get into that today. But today's consumer is not just going to look at your website, they are also going to look at your social media. I'm that consumer. And trust me, I'm a dream client. I'm exactly who you want. Facebook's advanced features list continues to grow. Through Facebook, you can now offer online booking, showcase your Instagram feed, receive appointment requests, and so much more. Do you guys know you can order a cheeseburger through Facebook? Soon you'll be able to order an Uber or a car service through Facebook. This platform is growing and expanding at an exceptional rate. It's trying to become a lifestyle app, and it's doing a really great job at it. You want to meet your new partner? Dating, now available on Facebook. Facebook wins every time, and you need to be a part of this action. It also helps you to improve your SEO and online presence. Try this. Google yourself. When's the last time you Googled yourself? I don't consider myself to be egotistical, but for the protection and safety of my business, I Google my name every single month. Why? Because consumers are Googling my name. I want to see what they see. So if you're not Googling your name and paying attention to what potential new clients are seeing when they look you up, you're missing out on a huge opportunity. So after this class today, make sure you take the time to Google yourself. Look what happens when you Google me. First, my website. Next thing that comes up is my Facebook page with 172 5-star reviews. If you had never met a hairstylist business coach before and you saw this, how would that make you feel about me? Pretty darn good, right? How about this? I'm currently the highest rated business coach in our industry. That is very powerful, and it does a lot to help me grow my business. You need to have this as well. You're not going to get this from your Facebook profile, and you're not going to get this if you're not building an effective Facebook page. It is not an option. It is important because if somebody Googles your name, for better or for worse, your Facebook page is going to show up. Now let's take a look at social media based on age. So I think a lot of us think that like different platforms are for different age demographics. I certainly did. And when I was creating this slide for the deck, actually that's what I thought I was going to be showcasing, but my results surprised me. So I want you to imagine this. Imagine that we're all in an auditorium and my auditorium only holds 100 people. And I say, all right, you guys, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to clear the room and I just want 118 to 29-year-olds to come into my auditorium. So I'm standing in an auditorium. Everybody in the room is between the ages of 18 and 29. I say, you guys, thank you for being here. Could you please raise your hand if you use Facebook every single day? The vast majority of everybody in the room is raising their hands. 88 people shot their hands up. Yes, I use Facebook every single day. I say, you guys, thank you so much. Can you keep your hand held high if you also use Instagram? Well, 30 hands just drop back down because the majority of people in that room use Facebook, but not nearly as many use Instagram. Okay, so I clear the room. And now I fill the room back up, but this time with 30 to 49-year-olds, different age group. And I say, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Can you raise your hand high if you use Facebook every single day? 84 hands. Again, the vast majority shot their hands into the air. I say, you guys, thank you so much. Keep your hand held high if you also use Instagram. Well, 50 hands just drop back down. Less than half the room uses Instagram, but the vast majority use Facebook. Okay, clear the room again. Now I bring in 50 to 64-year-olds. You guys, thank you for being here. I say, raise your hand loud and proud if you use Facebook every day. 72 hands shot up into the air, about 3/4 of the room. I say, keep them held high if you also use Instagram. I only have 18 hands in the air. It's like a ghost town. So I think a lot of us think of Instagram as being like the young guys platform. Like, oh, all the 18 and 20-year-olds are on the platform, Instagram. Well, if you're trying to build a clientele of 18 to 25-year-olds, yeah, there are definitely more people in that age range on Instagram than any other age range. But even in that age bracket, Facebook still commands more of the market. When I first put this together, I thought it was insane. And I told my husband, he was like, but when I think about it, and he started listing off all the names of people that we know less than 29 years old who don't have an Instagram. Harder to find a lot of people who don't have a Facebook. Facebook is the only platform that spans the generations, and you have to keep that in mind when you're creating a marketing strategy. The other thing I want to remind you is that only 6.7% of businesses are using Facebook properly to build and grow their business. When I teach this class in 2 years, that statistic is not going to be the same. The statistic I'm going to say is only 30% of businesses are properly using Facebook. Now is the time. If you talk to any social media strategist, they will tell you Facebook is the most underutilized business growth strategy out there. Big business hasn't fully leaned into Facebook yet, but when they jump off commercial television commercials, which they're slowly starting to do, they're going to hop on board Facebook, and it's going to be way harder to build. Now is your time. Don't waste this opportunity. You have got to be a part of the elite 6% while you still can. Misconception number 2, I hate the freaking algorithm. How many of you have said that? I hate the freaking Facebook algorithm. It totally messes me up and makes it so my audience doesn't even see my posts. Let me tell you my experience since the latest algorithm changes. So the algorithm has been shaken up quite a bit this year. You guys are probably very well aware of this. And when I first heard of the changes, I was slightly nervous, but within a week, I was doing backflips in my kitchen because they've been the most wonderful thing for me. So let me tell you what has changed for me since the algorithm shift. I now post more content more frequently, and my engagement has increased. I am being handsomely rewarded by this new algorithm, and we'll talk about why as we go on through class. My videos now get 50% more organic views. So organic means free traffic, means I don't put a dime into it. When I don't spend a penny on Facebook ads, I now get more free traffic than ever before. I am paying nearly twice as much for Facebook ads when I do choose to run them than I have ever paid before, and I couldn't be happier to pay the premium. Why is that? Because Facebook is making very strategic business decisions to make it harder to run Facebook ads to weed out the spam businesses. Do you guys remember when you would go onto your Facebook feed? And for a lot of us, it wasn't very long ago, a couple months ago, and it was filled with junk. Fictitious news, ads for things you would never actually buy, lots of junk. Well, now those advertisers are being priced out. And in order to make that happen, the price for small business has gone up a little bit, but it's still significantly lower than any other way of marketing. And I'm noticing better traction and better engagement for it. Number 4, users are reporting that they are being suspended for oversharing and over-commenting in groups and on pages. This is music to my ears. I have coached for years for people to stop doing gimmicky marketing on Facebook. Like this and enter to win, share that and get whatever. Using robots, you guys know those people they call them bots, but using fictitious Facebook profiles to like and comment to create false engagement, all of that is over. It no longer works. Everything is authentic, and I'm so excited for the future of the platform. So let's talk about the big fat 2018 algorithm change. So January 11th, 2018, Mark Zuckerberg released a huge statement. He said, one of our big focus areas for 2018 is making sure the time we all spend on Facebook is time well spent. Based on this, we are making a major change to how we build Facebook. I'm changing the goal I give our product teams from focusing on helping you find relevant content to helping you have more meaningful social interactions. Go ahead and write that down right now. More meaningful social interactions. I'm going to say it 25 more times before now and the end of class. You might as well write it down now and highlight it with your pink highlighter. I know you got one. Go ahead and do that right now. So what he is saying is that for years, he was telling his content team, we need to put in front of Facebook users content that is relevant to their lives. And so what would happen is I would run to Target to buy pacifiers for my 18-month-old son, and I'd come home, open up Facebook, and I was starting to see ads for baby diapers and baby toys and kids' clothes, right? And it felt like Big Brother. We were all creeped out. Well, Facebook thought they were being helpful. They were like, well, if she's a mom buying pacifiers, of course she would love kids' clothes. But for me, it felt too close to home. Nobody liked it. It felt very invasive. So they're scrapping that strategy. And instead, it's about meaningful social interaction. He goes on to say, as we roll this out, you will see less public content like posts from businesses, brands, and media, and the public content you do see more will be held to the same standard. It should encourage meaningful interactions between people. So 1 week later, he released a follow-up statement. He said, last week I announced a major change to encourage meaningful social interactions, there's that phrase again, with family and friends over passive consumption. So what he's sick of is all of us scrolling the feed, not liking, not commenting, not engaging. And we do that when the stuff that fills our feed is junk. It doesn't engage us. It doesn't make us want to take action, right? He's over that. He wants to get rid of it. And says, as a result, you'll see less public content, including news, video, and posts from brands. After the change, we expect news to make up roughly 4% of the newsfeed, down from roughly 5% today. So very minimal decrease in business space on the platform. We will now ask people whether they're familiar with a news source, and if so, whether they trust that source. I've already noticed this. So I noticed it a few months back. I was scrolling my feed. There's a local business I like, and Facebook prompted me right under their post. They said, Britt, would you like to see more content from this page? And I so appreciated that because it was very validating that they are trying to put the news out in front of me that I want to see more of. Then he went on to say, this update will not change the amount of news you see on Facebook. Haha. And this is what all small businesses were worried about. They thought, oh my gosh, algorithm changes. We're going to get forced out of the feed again. No. You guys, Facebook runs for profit. You know that, right? They're a for-profit company. They need to make money. They need businesses to spend money with them. So there's never going to be a day where they force businesses fully out of the feed. He'll go under. He can't afford it. So we don't need to worry about that. There's always going to be a space for small business. But what he does say is, it will only shift the balance of news you see towards sources that are determined to be trusted by the community. Would you consider your business to be trusted by the community? I would too. And this is why I say this is a wonderful thing for small business growing on Facebook. Okay, so then he says, so how does the algorithm even work? How do we play this algorithm game? Let me explain first what the algorithm is so you know what I'm talking about. I know sometimes I teach this class and people are like, Britt, I don't even know the word algorithm. What are you talking about? So if you used Facebook a million years ago like I did when the platform first started, what happened is the feed became filled with so much junk, posts from people that we didn't really care about, peripheral people from like high school or old coworkers, and I would have to scroll through their vacation photos to find photos from my best friend, who I always want to see everything she posts, right? So what Facebook decided is, all right, let's not make Britt take a trip back in time and see vacation photos from somebody she doesn't care about. Instead, let's find a way to make sure she always sees her best friend's posts. She always sees her husband's posts. She sees what she cares about most. And the only way to curate a feed like that was to do something called an algorithm. An algorithm is a mathematical equation designed to create a specific result. So Facebook's algorithm takes over 100,000 factors into account when creating your personalized newsfeed. Personalized newsfeed. So I just told you there are over 2 billion daily active users on Facebook. Do you realize your feed is unlike anybody else's? There is nobody who sees the same things that you do. That is super impressive. And Mark Zuckerberg wants it to be that way. He wants you to have the best possible experience. So in order to break into the feed, which as business owners we all want to do, there are only 2 ways to do it. Only the day's top performing posts or post from those who you care about most will make it into your newsfeed at all. This is why when your friend from high school you haven't seen in a long time gets engaged, she makes it into your feed, even if you haven't talked to her in years, because it's a day's top performing post, right? When somebody gets engaged, when somebody has a baby, when somebody buys a house, a post like that is going to get 200, 300 likes, way more than normal, lots and lots of comments. It's going to perform well, and it will be forced into the algorithm. Everybody's going to see it. Also, post from people you care about most. Like I mentioned, my best friend. I have an esthetician who I adore. I see everything she posts on her Facebook page. My husband. Facebook knows I interact with everything he does, so I'm going to see all of his posts, right? So the way for you to get out in front of your clients is to be one of the day's top performing posts, or to be an account they actually care about. Let that be an aha moment for you. Okay, so let me show you how the algorithm works. So you put a post on your Facebook page. Facebook is looking for likes, comments, shares, video views, click links, or tags. All 6 of those factors are considered to be engagement. Facebook needs to see this to validate that your post is good. They have no other criteria for deciding if a post is good or bad. What they do is basically crowdsource feedback, and if it's getting good feedback, you will continue to have great organic reach and you'll get out in front of your followers. Let me show you how it works kind of in real terms. Let's pretend you have a Facebook page with 300 followers and you post this photo. What Facebook's going to do is it's going to put 60 minutes on the clock, and it's going to force your photo out in front of a small test audience. You guys know this. When you post a photo, not all of your followers see your pictures, right? Don't you have some followers who are like, oh, I never see your stuff, right? You know what I'm talking about. It's because you have a test audience. And that test audience is what Facebook uses to decide if your pictures or videos are good or bad. So if you post this photo and it only gets 3 likes, no comments, no shares, no video views, and no click links, you're telling Facebook, this must not be very good, so we better stop showing it. Sound familiar to anybody? Is this your reality on Facebook right now? You post a picture, you have 400 followers, you get 3 likes, and then nothing. And then it's like silence from the other end, right? If you post the same photo, it gets 20 likes, 6 comments, and 2 shares, Facebook is going to push this out in front of everybody they possibly can. It tells Facebook, people are into this, let's keep pushing it. Facebook is dying for incredible content to push out in front of users. So the name of the game is make great content. Facebook is dying for it, and that's how you get into the algorithm. So your goal must be to post high quality content that adds value to followers' lives. And when I say add value, ask yourself this right now. Are the before and after pictures and the photos of your work adding value to your followers' lives? Something to think about. Number 2, to understand exactly what your followers are hoping to experience by following you on Facebook, to inspire them to engage with your photos without asking them to do so. I am so sick of like this, give me this kind of comment. You can't create false engagement. Facebook sees all of that. Stay super consistent. Misconception number 3. I need to get more people following my page. Does anybody feel like that? Like I'm talking to a ghost town. I don't have enough people following me. I'm trying to invite friends, family, and clients to like my page, but I keep asking my followers and they just aren't growing. I want you to think of your Facebook page as a house party, okay? You may have heard me share this analogy before. So picture this. Hey guys, I would love for y'all to come to my house. I'm hosting an open house. It would mean so much to me if y'all could make it. So I invite you to my house for a big fat house party. You're like, oh my gosh, Britt, that would be so great. Thank you so much. I'm like, okay, great. See you there. I give you my address. I give you the info. You pull up and it's dark. You're like, oh, is the address even right? This is so weird. It's totally dark, but you double check the address is correct. You start walking up and my front door is open. Kind of creepy, right? So lights are off, front door's open. You're like, oh my gosh, this is so weird. So you start walking in, you don't see me. There's like 6 other people in my living room standing around looking just as confused as you are. Like, is this a party? Is this what we were supposed to show up for? There's no music. There's no catering. I peek my head out from around the corner from like a back bedroom or something. And I'm like, hey, I'll be there in a little bit. Just keep waiting for me. I'm just getting ready. And you're like, this is the weirdest party I've ever been to. You're not even going to come into the living room. You're going to step out slowly and never come back to my house again, right? Because you're terrified. Now picture this. I invite you to the same house party, but your experience is different. You pull up and once you get to my neighborhood, you can see like strobe lights in the sky. And you're like, oh my gosh, is that Britt's party? And you pull up I have music bumping out the windows. You can like see it pounding. The lights are on. I'm standing there to greet you with a glass of champagne and a big hug. The music is perfect. I've brought in a DJ. I have catering. And not only do I have catering, I have extra food in the back in case we run out. I have an amazing group of people here. I'm introducing you to people. You're seeing friends you haven't seen in years. You decide to invite some friends. You text your girlfriend. You're like, oh my gosh, you have to get to Brit's party. This is crazy. I've never had so much fun. That's the kind of party people want to hang out at on Facebook. And my guess is for most of you, the Facebook party you're hosting right now is creepy. With the lights off, you sometimes show up, you sometimes don't. No one knows what to do there. And you're definitely not adding value to anybody's life. So then when you're left wondering, why aren't people inviting their friends to come look at my page? Because it's creepy. Versus if you had a page where it felt amazing and like a party and it was irresistible and everybody should want to be a part of this, they're going to want to be a part of it, and they're going to invite their friends and family and everybody else, and that's how you're going to grow. So when you are building your Facebook page, you have to first start by getting the party started. So for most of you, your concern is not how many followers you have. If you have a small audience, better, good. Only a few people have seen you struggle on Facebook. We can build and grow from there. So you need to plan your party, decide what you're going to do with your Facebook page, how you're going to post, how often you're going to post, what content is going to be perfect for your audience, right? Plan your party and then get it started, right? Turn on the music, start serving some food, pour the champagne. That's when you want the guests to show up. So for you guys to be so concerned about, I need more followers, but you don't even have a plan for your page yet, you're wasting your time and you're going to burn through those followers who are going to lose faith in you before you even get a chance to win them over, okay? Number 2, have a plan and a system to keep it going all night long. Remember I told you I had extra catering in the back. I have champagne for days, you guys, at my party because I want you to stay. Like I want our party to go until like 9 a.m. the next day, right? So that's the kind of party you're hosting too. So you don't want to be day to day like, what am I going to post? What am I going to post? What am I going to talk about? That party's not going to keep going. So you need to have a strategy and a plan to keep up the momentum with your Facebook. Then you invite your guests and keep them entertained, right? Once you have a plan for your party, maybe you even hired a party planner, right? There's a plan in place, the catering's done, the DJ's here. Now we can invite people to come over knowing this is going to be the best party they've ever experienced. That's how you want to run your Facebook page. I also want to ask you this. Realistically, is your goal with Facebook to entertain your friends and family with your work, or is the goal to reach new clients? So many of you tell me to my face, Brit, I want to get more clients from Facebook, but your actions show I'm here to entertain my friends and family. And what I mean by that is raise your hand if you're the person in this room who makes a post to your Facebook page and shares it to your profile. Why do you do that? Or I want all my friends from my Facebook profile to start following my page. Why? If those people were going to become your client, they already would have. Those who are successful with Facebook marketing aren't looking to entertain friends and family, their cousin who lives in Philadelphia. They are looking to attract new local clients in their community, and that should be your focus too. I just want you to keep that in mind as I go through these lessons. Quit the idea of trying to entertain like your cousins who live in another state and start really thinking about what am I going to do to reach a new audience here in my hometown. That's how you grow on Facebook. Misconception number 4. My main goal with Facebook is to use the platform to grow my business. So for my posts, I usually share my work, post my openings, announce promotions, and run contests. For any of you, does that sound like your Facebook marketing strategy? Bad news, that won't work anymore. So in January of 2015, so this is an old stat, Mark Zuckerberg said, as part of an ongoing survey, we asked hundreds of thousands of people how they feel about the content in their news feeds. People told us they wanted to see more stories from friends and pages they care about, but less promotional content. What we discovered is that a lot of the content people see as too promotional is posts from pages they like rather than ads. So the user today said we are sick of Facebook pages selling to us, okay? So he goes on to say this may seem counterintuitive at first, but it actually makes sense. With the newsfeed, Facebook controls the number of ads a person sees and for the quality of those ads. We all have a magic number. For me, mine is somewhere around 7 to 10. I never see more than 7 to 10 Facebook ads in a day. It's just not possible. However, with the feed, I'm going to see as much content as is out there, right? And also, we all have the freedom to post whatever we want to post on our Facebook pages, good, bad, or indifferent. For any of you who have tried to run an ad, it doesn't work like that. You can't just put money behind any ad you want to. The criteria for running a Facebook ad is so crazy stringent, and the review policies now are tougher than they've ever been before. So Facebook has a good handle on making sure that the ads we see today are high quality. The only way that they can bring quality control to the stuff you put on your page is by putting a stop to promotional content. So what they've said is we are now bringing content controls for unpaid promotional posts so people see more of what they want from pages. So what Mark Zuckerberg is saying, as a business page, you're not being controlled or moderated any more than a Facebook profile would be. You guys know your profiles have algorithms too, right? So your page is not being held back in any specific way unless you're overly promotional or don't post content that adds value to a user's life. So let's talk about what exactly is promotional content. If you're posting your last minute openings, like haircut available tomorrow, you're destroying your algorithm. Don't do that. Monthly specials, contests for page likes, reviews, service packages, or retail prices, scheduling announcements and salon updates. Things like we are closed next Tuesday. See you on Wednesday. Can't do that. It's considered promotional. Here's another one. I'm going on my maternity leave. See you again in April. I was coaching a stylist and she asked me if she could do a Facebook post announcing her maternity leave. And I was like, no, girl, you can't do it. I know you want to, but don't do it. And she's like, okay, Britt. And she did it anyway. And sure enough, about 8 weeks later, she's like, I don't know what I was thinking. I just destroyed my Facebook page. And I was like, I know, you can't use it for stuff like that. So don't do it. I know it's tempting, but you can't. Here's what you need to remember. When you post your promotional content, you're hurting your algorithm long term. Users openly said they don't want Facebook pages to be overly promotional. This doesn't mean you can't promote, it just means you need to play by Facebook's rules. Misconception number 5. I am committed to my page, posting regularly, and doing everything right, and it still isn't working. Bad news, that's BS. That doesn't make any sense because if you were doing everything right, you'd be sitting pretty with Facebook just like I am and you'd be praising the platform. So something is going wrong. You aren't giving the people what they want. Mark Zuckerberg said in 2014, my vision for Facebook was to create the perfect, personalized newspaper for every person in the world. He wants Facebook to be like your dream come true. So you wake up in the morning, you scroll it, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is everything I ever wanted to see to start my day. That is his goal. So if what you are posting on your business page isn't everything all of your followers want to see every day, you're missing the boat. You're never going to be featured in the personalized newspaper if your content isn't high enough quality. So if we're trying to crack into that newspaper, here's what we need to remember. Posts should be relevant and useful to your fans. Posts that add value to your followers' life will receive the strongest engagement. So add value to your followers' lives every time you post. Number 2, focus on native posts. Native posts are non-promotional. They share high value and create a conversation or add to an ongoing conversation and are generally highly recognizable as your brand. You guys go to my Facebook page. If you don't follow me already, you can just search for Britt Siva Social Media on Facebook. I'll come right up. Or you can head to facebook.com/Britt Siva. Everything I post is native. You will not see a single post promoting this class. You won't see a single post promoting my Thriver Society program. Everything I post is native with the intention of adding value to your lives. That's it. There is nothing else. I never try to sell or promote on Facebook because I know that's not how it works. That being said, over 80% of my new business comes from Facebook. Just about 10% comes from Instagram, and the other 10% is referral word of mouth. So my native posts seem to be working just fine because it's the biggest sales platform in my business. Number 3, show more of you. Clients continue to come to see you because they love you. When's the last time you posted a picture or a video of yourself on your Facebook page? You should be doing it several times a month. I know, it's hard, and it's hard for me. And I know you see the way I market myself, and you say, oh, it's easy for Britt. It's like torture for me. I don't love showing my face. I don't love setting up photo shoots. I don't like showing myself. It's very uncomfortable for me. It's totally not like my zone of genius by any means. But I know that you guys follow me because you like the way I coach. So for me to show up and show my face and show up as me, it's important. When you chose to be a hairstylist, you chose to be a personal brand. You don't have the option of not showing up as you. No matter how great your haircut is, your clients love you because they love you. The more you show up and show your face on Facebook, the better your algorithm will behave. Quality over quantity. Everything you post needs to be beautiful and visually appealing. I can't believe that in today's day and age, I look on Facebook and I still see the low quality of photos that stylists are taking. Every photo you need to take needs to have good lighting, a clean backdrop, be well framed. Photo composition matters. You can use your smartphone. And I know when I say those things, it sounds like too much work. It's not. It's no harder. All it takes is a little bit of skill. That is not an option. Quality over quantity is important. And then number 5, find the balance between posting for current clients and new clients. So clients who have never met you before need something different than those who love you already. I see a lot of stylists posting like inside jokes and like funny quips and announcements that would only pertain to an existing clientele, where for new clients, they feel like you're not talking to them. They feel totally excluded from the conversation, and you need to be very, very mindful of that when you're using Facebook. Misconception number 6. I would do video on Facebook, but fill in the blank. You all have a but. There's something that comes at the end of that. Britt, I know Facebook video is important and I would do it, but there's always something. The last time I taught this class, somebody said, I would do it, but I don't have an assistant to film my videos for me. I don't have an assistant who films my videos for me. Most of us don't have that. That's not a good enough but. That's not going to work. Here's what you need to know about video Facebook marketing. An estimated 80% of all online traffic will be video consumption by 2019. I didn't say an estimated 80% of Facebook traffic. I said online traffic. 80% of internet users in 2019 will go there to consume video. I don't know if you guys have teenage children. I happen to. She hasn't watched cable television since she was like a little kid. I don't know, 7, 8 years old. The girl only watches streaming videos. That is all this next generation wants. So if you want to continue building your clientele for the next 10, 15, 20 years, you have no choice. You have to produce videos online. It's important. Number 2, an average of 100 million hours of video are watched on Facebook daily. Facebook Live videos are watched 3 times longer than pre-recorded videos and do receive higher priority in the algorithm. Kind of a bummer, but it is the way it is. Today's consumer does prefer live video over pre-recorded. Users comment on Facebook Live videos at 10 times the rate they do on recorded videos or photo posts. Check out my page. You guys can stalk me. Go see what's up with me. I'll do a Facebook Live video and get 500 likes and 7 shares, and I'll do a photo post and get 30 or 40 likes. Facebook Live is the winning game. You have to be playing. So, a couple of video strategy tips. If you're going to do recorded video, it has to be well planned and strategic, very high quality, and quick and to the point. So a lot of people think I'm going to start with recorded video because it's easier. Do you know why I don't do recorded video? It is way harder, way more time consuming, and I don't have that kind of time. So if you're going to do a recorded video, it needs to be scripted. And by that, I don't mean read from a script, but you need to be very intentional about what you're saying. It can't start with you going, hi, I'm here to do a video. It has to feel clean and well polished. No option on that. If it's recorded, people are going to expect some kind of production value, so it will need to be edited by you or a video editor. It needs to be very high quality, so you can't be holding your phone. It needs to be on a tripod. The lighting needs to be great. There needs to be prep work involved. And it should be quick and to the point. So pre-recorded videos are expected to be more like tutorials. Give me the answer I'm looking for, 2 to 7 minutes. Now with live video, it's different. With live video, think of it as you creating your own reality television show. And love it or hate it, we are a reality TV obsessed society. So it's like you're your own reality star and people want to see it. So with live video, 20 minutes or more is actually the key. So longer is better with live, and it should be well planned and strategic. So if you've seen my live videos before, I have done hundreds of Facebook Live videos at this point. I had done over 500 Periscope videos. Live streaming video to me is like secondhand. But when I go on to do live video, I always have a plan. I sit down and write out an outline of what I'm going to talk about every single time, because how annoyed would you be if it was just like me stream of thought? It would be awful. You need to pre-plan your Facebook Live videos. There's a great structure that you can follow, but it's important to go in with a plan. Even if you're doing live and it can be a little bit more casual, you have to have a plan. Misconception number 7. I don't have the budget for Facebook ads, and honestly, I think it's kind of stupid that I have to pay to get my stuff seen, right? Wouldn't it be better if social media was just free? Okay, I want to show you the Facebook highway. I love this analogy because I think it makes it very easy to understand why Facebook advertising came to be, why Facebook works the way it does now, why the algorithm is the way it is. So imagine we're all cruising on the Facebook highway right now. and it is the path to new clients. We know that if we can get to our destination on the Facebook highway, our handsome reward for all of us will be new clients. Okay, so let's go back in time to 2010. Imagine all of these blue cars as being Facebook business pages. So most of us in this room taking this class have a Facebook business page, right? I started my Facebook business page for the salon in 2010, and I call those the glory days. That's when it was so easy. Our clients were so excited. The businesses could even have pages. They loved everything we posted. It was very easy to get the page shared. We got lots of new referrals from it. It was easy. Well, it was a little too easy because everybody decided they wanted a piece of this action. And some people wanted a big piece of the action. So in 2012, Facebook, to meet demand, started offering advertising or premium space on the highway for those willing to pay for it. So imagine the teal cars as being Facebook advertisers in 2012. So what Facebook did is they said, all right, if people are willing to pay a premium, we will give advertisers 3 out of the 7 lanes on the Facebook highway. And that's why in 2012 we felt such a pinch, because look at the blue cars now. They're all kind of crammed into the highway, right? They still fit, they're still kind of getting along, but it's slower. There's a lot more traffic, and the advertisers are smooth sailing, right? Because they have almost half the highway to themselves. They're building business like crazy. They're getting tons of new clients. Easy peasy for the advertisers. Who are the yellow cars? The yellow cars are the Facebook for business pages who are doing things smarter and better. So they're not paying for advertising, but they're also not doing the generic, boring, regular posts that most Facebook business pages are doing. They do have 2 dedicated lanes on the Facebook highway, and they're doing okay. They're still building business. Flash forward to 2014. The demand for advertising skyrocketed. Facebook started running out of room. They couldn't even meet demand. So they had to dedicate 5 of the 7 Facebook lanes to advertisers. This is when a lot of us fell out of love, right? We were like, this is so obnoxious. I see more ads than anything else. I hate it. They felt like they didn't have a choice. They were in a pinch. They were promoting this advertising and didn't know what to do. So look at what happened to the blue cars. They're gridlocked. They're barely getting anywhere. This is when your 45-minute car ride turns into a 3-hour road trip. That's what it felt like, right? So those Facebook business pages are fighting over each other, trying to get any new clients at all. And it's slow, and frustrating. Now, there's still 1 lane dedicated to those who are using business pages correctly. Free traffic. They don't have to pay for it. And they're still cruising along, getting some new clients, but it's tougher. This is what it looks like today. Raise your hand if you feel like one of those little blue cars. You're crammed into the Facebook freeway. It's you and literally millions of other Facebook pages trying to build your business. You can't even see the end in sight. You're thinking about just turning around and scrapping it because you're like, how am I ever going to get a new client fighting through all this traffic, right? Well, the advertisers are back to having 3 lanes of the Facebook highway. The yellow cars, which are the pages kind of doing everything right, the exceptional business pages getting free organic traffic, they still have 1 lane, but it's tighter. The competition is stiff, even if you're using Facebook correctly. So who are these new pink cars? The light pink car is the smart business page using video to market themselves, right? Using Facebook Lives, using recorded video, embracing the power of video on Facebook to meet demand. Now, who's that hot pink Ferrari in the middle, right? Got the lane all to herself, loving life. I'm the pink Ferrari, and you could be the pink Ferrari too. So the pink Ferrari is the smart Facebook page owner who's using a combination of Facebook video on their page and Facebook advertising. I do both, and it has been the key to my success. And I encourage you to do the exact same thing. It's still very much uncharted territory. It's ridiculous how low cost it is to do something like this. And it is the way to master Facebook right now. So I know a lot of times when I say Facebook advertising, people are like, I don't want to spend a penny. I think that's ridiculous. Just to be the pink Ferrari, I have to spend money. Let's look at the cost to obtain a new guest today, okay? First of all, let's just look at referral programs. Now, I hope everybody in this room has some kind of referral program. And to me, referral program is a client of yours sends in a friend or family member, and she is rewarded in one way or another. That reward should be at minimum $20 to $25. For some of you, it should be more like $40 or $50, depending on what your price point is. But you should be rewarding your clients handsomely for referrals. If you're doing less than $20 to $25, come to some of my other marketing classes. You'll see why that's totally ineffective. But the cost to get a new guest, even through referral, is $20 to $25. Maybe some of you are like, I'm thinking about doing a magazine ad. It makes me cringe when I see people asking, like, Britt, I got the opportunity to be featured in the local magazine. How many of you flip through your local magazine looking for new service providers? Probably none. Maybe one. And it's the same with clients. How many clients do you think look at their Facebook page every day? The vast majority. How many of them read the local magazine? The minority, right? So you're going to pay hundreds of dollars to be featured in the local magazine, postcards that you're going to mail out, the flyers you're going to put on pin boards. All that kind of marketing is going to cost you so much money, and you'll be paying at least $100 per new guest you see from that, easily, if not more. Then I looked up Google AdWords. I still get a lot of questions about AdWords. Brittany, the pay for clip thing, how does that work? Is it worth it to do Google AdWords? There was a time when it was. That time has passed, unfortunately. And when you look at the cost of Google AdWords, they'll advertise for you the cost per click. Well, a cost per click is nothing. A cost per click is eyeballs on your business. But the cost in our industry to obtain a new guest is $90.70. I don't care about your cost per click. I care what it costs to get a butt in the chair. And butt in the chair in our industry right now through Google AdWords costs $90.70. That's a lot of change. Then we have Facebook ads. In our industry, cost $25.49 per guest if you're using Facebook advertising. That is dirt cheap. I would pay that over and over and over. If you could spend $100 a day and on $100 a month on Facebook ads and see 4 new guests without doing any other marketing, wouldn't you do it? If you could spend $200 a month and see 8 new clients a month without doing any other marketing, wouldn't you do it? It would be a no-brainer. This is so simple, you guys. Now, what about you all that are doing, well, I'm doing this other creative marketing, or Britt, I'm working on this strategy, or my favorite, I'm really just trying to grow organically, just like word of mouth. Okay, well, I can't put a cost on that, on how much money you're losing by doing that a year. It's thousands, I'm sure of it. I can't put an exact figure on it, but I know for sure you're wasting time. Time is of the essence when it comes to marketing today, because the strategies I'm teaching today are going to be irrelevant in 2 years. It's going to be something else. You have to hop on this train while the prices are this low for advertising like this, because Facebook ads are going to become Google AdWords priced ads at $90 a client in a few years, and you need to take advantage of the price while it's as low as it is now. Misconception number 8. I've tried going all in on Facebook more than once, and every time I do, an algorithm changes or life happens, my engagement never really changes, and it just feels like all the effort is for nothing. Can anybody relate to that? I've been there. I totally get it. The single most important thing to remember is that Facebook success never, ever happens overnight. Those who achieve great success with Facebook develop a plan and stick with it. Listen, if Facebook was easy, none of you would be here in my class today, right? You would just be making millions doing your Facebook project and doing just fine. It takes time, dedication, and a plan. So this is the typical Facebook page excitement journey. You build your page. You take this class and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm doing it. Britt has me so excited about Facebook. I'm going all in. So you optimize your page, or you build your page this week. You do 3 posts. You're like, I'm doing it. I'm going to commit. I'm going to come with great value added content. Do 3 posts this week. Then week 2, you try making your posts more professional. You're like, all right, I'm really going to get next level. Like Britt says, at quality over quantity. I'm going to do it. You do 3 posts, and then you go out on a limb and do your very first Facebook video. Then week 3, you launch a contest. You're like, this is nuts. I'm so excited. I want to get more followers. This is great. You do 3 more posts. Week 4, disappointment sets in as your contest does just okay and engagement hasn't really changed that much. You do 2 more posts and you're like, you know what? Britt said advertising is the way. I'm going to dump some money into this thing. I'm going to run a Facebook ad. Week 5 hits, still no new clients, and the overwhelm starts to hit. Maybe your Facebook ad didn't do so great. Maybe nobody's participating in your contest. Maybe your video didn't really hit with your audience. You do 1 post. By week 6, you're left wondering why Facebook still isn't working for you. You don't do any more new posts, the crickets set in, the tumbleweeds start flowing through your page again, and they'll stay there again until you get that burst of energy where you go through this cycle again and again and again. And I get it. I've heard this story before. You probably came to class today because you're ready to see more clients and start making more money. You're craving that breakthrough year in your business. You want to breathe life into your Facebook page again and start seeing real results. You want to stop wasting time trying to figure it all out yourself and finally just have a working plan. What if instead, over the next 7 weeks, you were shown a system that has already proven itself successful? What if you were shown real examples used successfully by other hairstylists from around the world so that you'd know exactly what to do to apply the techniques I've shared with you today? Would you do it? Heck yes. I want to introduce you to Facebook Mastery for Hairstylists. This is my 7-week, completely online course, which walks you through creating the perfect Facebook strategy just for hairstylists and salon owners. In week 1, we go over creating the perfect Facebook page. We'll build a brand new page or refine your existing page to be sure you're primed and prepped for attracting new clients. Now, I know most of you already have pages. They're just not set up to work for you, and they're not set up to win for you. So we get you set up for mega success with your page. Week 2. Essential weekly content. There are 4 types of content you all need to be posting every single week. We learn how to design the perfect post that actually gets likes, comments, and shares. Week 3, engage that referral generator. The 5 key actions you've got to be taking if you want to see consistent new business on Facebook. Week 4, explode your engagement. The 4 weekly posts are a great place to start, but when you want to increase your reach and maximize engagement, it's all about these 5 game changers that keep your engagement and the algorithm working in your favor. Week 5, Facebook video marketing strategy. The 4 types of video, yes, there are 4, you guys, every stylist should be sharing consistently, and how to create a quality video that will actually impress your clientele and fill your chair. Week 6, reach new guests and build new business with Facebook ads. Learn the 3 types of Facebook ads every stylist should be using and how to use the Facebook ad builder to properly maximize your results. You guys, Facebook ads used to be easy. They're not anymore. They're tricky. And I show you exactly what works for our industry so you're not wasting time or money. Week 7, the best way to connect with your guests. My super secret Facebook weapon that is about to take over our industry. You have got to get on this strategy before it is too late, you guys. Plus, some gifties for you. I have created a sample caption guide. So for those of you who are like, Britt, I have no words. Like, my brain does not think of good captions. I never know what to say. I can take a good picture, but I don't know what the comments should be. Boo, I got you. I have a whole workbook full of sample caption ideas, and they're going to get your wheels turning. So they're going to give you ideas for what to post based on all different scenarios, so all different kind of photos, and you're going to be able to customize them. And once you've done a couple, you're going to say, oh my gosh, you know what else I could do? It's going to get your brain going, and it's going to be much, much easier to create captions in the future. Plus, a Facebook ads jumpstart guide. So we have a full module dedicated to Facebook ads, and then I have a PDF workbook that's going to support you the entire way through. But don't take it from me. This is Ebony. She says, before Facebook Mastery, I was randomly posting to the salon page. I would post before and after pictures, and I would get some engagement, but I wasn't seeing any new guests. I did, however, run ads. Lots of ads. But now after taking the program, I see where I went wrong. I'm now posting engaging content every day and receiving not just likes, but comments and shares. I love it when a client comes in and says, I saw you on Facebook. It's such a great feeling. Facebook Mastery has been an amazing adventure, and it's just going to get better. This is my girl, Lisa. She said, before I met Britt, I was such an amateur, business-wise, professional-wise, social media-wise. I've always been pretty comfortable on Facebook, but I was so excited to join Facebook Mastery because I knew this is what my business needed. Britt gets down to the nitty-gritty. You think you know and understand Facebook? Think again. I feel like I just took a college semester on Facebook, and I feel so well educated after going through the course. I think Facebook in the beauty industry is the wave of the future. I think there are soon going to be Facebook celebrities in the same way there are Insta celebrities, and I want to be one of those people. Facebook Mastery is bringing me closer to that, and I can't wait to see what else Britt has in store for Facebook. Then we have Jenna. Jenna says, if anybody is on the fence about the new Facebook Mastery program, freaking just do it. I was a part of the very first group of stylists who went through the course, and I have been running Facebook ads after implementing all the things Britt teaches. I have booked 5 brand new clients in the last week and half just from ads. I know this is just the beginning. My coaching rate is currently $700 an hour. There are over 7 hours of education packed into this course. My half-day social media class rate is $8,000. The PDF guides and workbooks alone are valued at over $700. So this is a $4,200 value. Facebook Mastery is offered at a few different levels of membership. We have the standard membership for just $397. You get access to the 7-week course, Facebook Mastery. receive access to a new module each week to complete the 7-module library. So if you join today, you'll get access to week 1 today. In 7 days, you'll get week 2. Then in 14 days, you'll get week 3. This weekly system was designed by the students who went through the course. They said they love the weekly setup, so we have gone with it. It is now a 7-week course dripped out over a 7-week time period. You get 24-hour access to all of the course content, lifetime access to all of the course content once it's been released to you, access to our private members-only Facebook group so that you can network with hundreds of other stylists as you build your Facebook marketing strategy, Q&A opportunities from Britt through the once-a-month group coaching calls. If $397 isn't in your budget today, I've got you covered. You can also do 3 monthly payments of $149. We have one other option. We have the VIP membership. This is our most popular option. It includes all of the standard membership benefits plus 2 full pre-recorded Facebook page reviews from Britt Siva. Now it says here these reviews will be shared publicly. I actually started doing them privately and I like it much better. So what I do is I record a review of your Facebook page. You submit to me when you're ready. I pick through your Facebook page with a fine-tooth comb. I give you suggestions. I tell you what to take down. I tell you what to add. I tell you what to post. I tell you what I think is going to work for you marketing strategy-wise. You get my eyes on your business. It is the only way right now to get my eyes on your business. So it's an incredible opportunity. So the VIP level is offered at $497. Plus, I have more goodies. So for the next 30 minutes only, this is a fast action bonus. So CT, we're going to add 30 minutes to the clock right now. So for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to add in the 30-day Facebook content creation calendar. So you'll know exactly what type of content to post each week and when to post it. Get organized so your content is ready weeks before you even need it. Never feel at a loss for content when you're trying to create your Facebook post. So it literally says week 1, you need this many photos. This is what they should be like. This is what you should plan for. This is how you should post it. I break it all down for you. Then we have the 12-month post inspiration guide. It is a month-by-month resource guide with post ideas for an entire year's worth of content. You guys, 70 different post ideas with photo ideas and caption prompts. It's like I've done the work for you. Never be stumped again for what to post on your page. But the best part is you won't waste any more time posting aimlessly. You'll have a tested and proven system for using Facebook as a stylist to create a sustainable business. And you'll no longer be left wondering how you'll grow your clientele. You guys, thank you so much for joining me for class today. If you know you're ready to take your Facebook game to the next level, you can head to www.fbmasterycourse.com right now. We got about 29 more minutes left on the clock for those awesome bonuses, the 30-day content strategy guide and the 12-month marketing calendar. You want to get your hands on those. So we've got about 29 minutes on the clock, fbmasterycourse.com, so you can register and get your bonuses. If you've been waiting patiently until the end of class to get your free PDF workbook, the Page Builders checklist, you can head to www.brittsiva.com/FB free. If you're looking at my screen right now, it's listed in white at the bottom of my screen, www.brittsiva.com/FB free. That's where you can get that free workbook. If you're joining Facebook Mastery, no need to download the free workbook. You get that and so much more. So no need to get that. And if you're ready to join Mastery, it's www.fbmasterycourse.com. Okay, I want to get into the Q&A. We're going to get through as much as we possibly can. We already have a couple questions in the queue, so let's get started. I have Britt, what do you think about sharing posts from your page to your Facebook profile so you can boost engagement with likes from friends and family? Okay, first of all, I think that a lot of us feel like we're smarter than Facebook. Like, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trick the algorithm. I'm going to do something on my page, but then share it to my profile. Or here's another one. I see a lot of salon owners do this. Like, they'll post to their Facebook page and they'll tell the stylist, like, hey guys, I just posted to the page. Can everybody make sure they go and like it? You're destroying your algorithm when you do that. So what it tells Facebook is, oh, only these 8 people like this photo, so we'll make sure they always see it, but they're the only ones who engage. So this must be the audience for it. So it basically tells Facebook the only people who like this photo being shown are fellow hairstylists. Therefore, your photo will never get out in front of new potential clients. You're basically screwing your algorithm completely. It's the same thing when you force your husbands, your friends, your mom to like all your photos. It's forced engagement. It doesn't work. You're not smarter than Facebook. You can't cheat the system. All you can do is learn to use it correctly. The other thing is too, remember I asked you this question earlier in class. I said, what is your goal with Facebook? Is it to entertain friends and family, or is it to reach new clients in your community? Until you start really nurturing your Facebook page. I can't teach you to get out in front of new consumers in your market. I can't teach you to increase your referrals, right? Even if I told my friend, girl, you got to go see my friend Nancy. She's an amazing hairstylist. My friend is going to check out Nancy's Facebook page. And if Nancy's Facebook page looks scary, no matter what I said about Nancy, my girlfriend's not going to go see her. Your social media presence is so important. And if you're not focused on building up your page, you are losing clients 365 days a year. I guarantee it. So don't try and trick the algorithm. Learn to use and nurture your page properly. Remember, Facebook pages have awesome features like reviews and online appointment booking and messages and service menus and all kind of advertising, things that we can't do on a profile. Don't nurture your profile for business, nurture your page. Okay, number 2, Britt, how do you write your captions? That's where I always draw a blank. Girl, that's where I used to always draw a blank too, so trust me, I get it. And I think you asked this question before I showed the bonuses, but that caption guide and then the 12-month marketing calendar, I have so many caption suggestions for you. It's major. And then also when you get into the Facebook group, we have hundreds of other stylists in there, and one of the things that I ask them to do is to share their posts that do really well. So you can steal or get inspired by other stylist captions. They're doing it with each other all the time. It's a community where ideas for business building on Facebook are being shared, so there's tons of caption support there. I totally get it. I know that's the hardest part for a lot of us. Oh, the next question happens to be, can you tell us a little bit about the Facebook group? What does that look like? Yeah, so if you've never been a part of my paid Facebook group communities before, they're exceptional. I'm not egotistical in saying that. I know that what we've created is something really extraordinary. They're unlike any other Facebook groups in our industry. So even if you're a part of the big, awesome, amazing Facebook groups that are out there for hairstylists in our industry, my Facebook groups are not like that. They're very, very different. Everybody who joins my paid Facebook groups are bound and determined to grow their business. A lot of them are 6-figure stylists, so you're learning from truly like the best of the best. Those who aren't are hustlers, and they're the ones who don't want the drama and the nonsense. They're the ones who just want to like make this industry amazing, make tons of money, and live beautiful lives with their friends and family. So they really have the best of intentions. And they're in there sharing. They're sharing their wins. They're sharing their losses. They're asking for help. They're supporting each other. I have accountability posts so that you don't get off track. We have a killer posts feed, like I kind of mentioned earlier. I encourage everybody to share screenshots of the posts that really worked well for them throughout the week so that you get inspiration for what you should be posting too. Course updates. I do the monthly coaching calls in there. So the Facebook community is pretty incredible. Cami says, I just joined Facebook Mastery. Yay, Cami. So excited to have you. She says, I can't wait to get this party started. That's right, girl. Get the party started. So excited to have you. Okay, next, Alyssa says, how many times a week should I be posting? Great question, and it's different for everybody. If you, I do kind of believe the more followers you have, the more you can post. Like you'll see people with 2 million followers posting 7 times a day, and it's all good, right? I have definitely played around with how often I post. There was a while I was only posting maybe 4 times a week. Now I'm posting closer to 9 times a week. So sometimes I'll post a couple times a day, sometimes just once a day. I do have a bigger following. I have over 30,000 followers, so I can do something like that. If you only have 300 followers and you're posting several times a day, you're going to burn your audience out. It's not going to be good for you. So start off slow and start off consistent. If you're just getting your Facebook party started, start off with 3 times a week. And then once you have a good handle and plan on that, do 4 times a week and then 5 times a week. But what I am noticing with this new algorithm is more is better than less for sure, but you also don't want to burn your audience out. So kind of finding that right balance and testing your audience is for sure a part of that. Okay, we have, can you give some examples of other stylists seeing referrals through Facebook? Testimony. Okay, yes. So I do have testimonials available, absolutely. If you go to fbmasterycourse.com, I have a section there, and I apologize, I can't remember if I called it testimonials or success stories, but if you go to that website, I have a whole list of other stylists who have taken the course and are finding amazing success through Facebook. I also spotlight a lot of stylists in the course. We have some of their photos and posts and stories and ad success stories and all kind of stuff. So I definitely tap into what is working for others in the course as well, for sure. Also, if you haven't done so, make sure you're listening to my podcast. If you go to brittseva.com/podcast, or if you're on iTunes or Google Music, just search Thriving Stylist Podcast. I do interviews of successful stylists, and every single stylist I've interviewed so far credits Facebook as their #1 business building source. So there's something to be said for that I'm interviewing mega successful stylists who are all crediting Facebook. So it definitely works. I have some podcast episodes where they share what's working for them. So make sure you tune into that if you haven't already. But I mean, no doubt about it that Facebook works for growing business for stylists. Oh my gosh. Okay. I have to give a rundown and give a little shout out. We have Nadine, Sherry, Lisa, and Kristen. Ladies, welcome to Facebook Mastery. I am so excited to have you guys. Okay. Another question. Can you explain again, how does the 7-week part of Facebook Mastery work? So what happens at week 8? Oh, okay. Great question. Okay, so I call it a 7-week course because you're going to get access to new content over the course of 7 weeks. Now, listen, could I just give you all the content at once? Of course I could, but what would happen is you'd skip around, you might get overwhelmed, you wouldn't get the best possible results. So we do 1 week at a time. Once the 7 weeks are done, you will have access to the entire course. It's many lessons, and you have lifetime access to it. So you can refer back to it all the time. I do updates on the course several times a year. Every time it's updated, you get access to that. When I release new bonuses, you get access to that. So anything I do future with the course, you get access to, and lifetime access. You're never going to lose it. So that'll always be there for you. Do hashtags work for Facebook, and do you use them? Okay, interesting question. Yes, hashtags do work for Facebook. Do I use them? No. And if I asked you guys, do you use them? You would also say no. There's some features that Facebook has tried, like what would I want to say? Like, you know how Insta Stories has their story clips, like little videos, 15-second videos that you can see in Insta Stories? Well, Facebook's trying to do that too, and that to me is bombed. Hashtags also bombed. So do they work? Yeah. Do people use them? No. And is it going to work to grow your business? No. And that's why I always say too, don't do the move where you default your Instagram to also post on your Facebook page. You know what I'm talking about? Where people are like, oh, I'm so smart. 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm going to use all those apps that have it so it defaults. My Instagram post also does my Facebook. Don't do it. You're destroying your algorithm, and it also doesn't look like a native post. Do you remember me talking about native posts earlier in class? When you do that, it's suddenly non-native and it's not going to perform well. So don't do that. Okay, we're going to do one more question, you guys. I'm going to wrap it up. I know I've taken up so much of your day. What is the best way to attract new clients with Facebook? What a doozy to end on. That's a great question. And there is no one answer because there's not just one strategy. If you've taken my marketing classes before, I always talk about awareness. So nobody knows you exist until they're made aware, right? And there's lots of ways we can create awareness. Referrals create awareness, right? Lets people know that Britt Siva is a stylist if somebody mentions my name. Advertising creates awareness. When you interact with other social media followers, that creates awareness. There's tons of things you can do to create awareness. But remember what I said in class? Your focus right now is get the party started, because if you're driving awareness to a page that is terrible, it's not well maintained, the quality of the content is not good, you don't have a ton of Facebook reviews, you don't have video on there, you don't have testimonials on there. If you're not already in a place where you're setting yourself up for success, I could teach you how to get more eyeballs on your Facebook page until I'm blue on the face, and we would both lose. It wouldn't do anything for anybody. So set your page up properly, have a plan for what to post and how to post it, and that is the way to get success. You guys, so much love. Thank you so much for joining me in class today. I am teaching free classes all year round, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.